If you don't eat your pudding!
Tommy Boyds Show.
Back to the left!
The show with more endurance than radiation itself.
You say either, and I say either.
Apparently official.
Stand by, please.
Tommy Boyds.
Apparently official.
Have you no compassion? Stand by, please.
Let's rehang the pictures in the gallery of life.
There's no escaping here.
Tommy Boyds.
Good morning. Calling all ladies. Free call 0500 10 53 89. I need to ask you a question. In days of old, it was considered intimate, but this is 1998. Free call 0500 10 53 89. If you're a lady. It's probably early days. I mean, see what I've got to say first of all. I had dinner last night with a couple of chaps from the Football Association. And the conversation went round the houses on a number of issues, the influence of money on the modern game, whether Glenn Hoddle should stick to playing three at the back and using the wing-backs or go to the flat back four, in which case who's going to partner Sol Campbell. Yeah, it was very interesting. And then I said, did you notice, because talk radio has this problem, I said, did you notice, were you aware, because we all are, that football matches now end about 10 minutes later than they used to? When I was a boy, there used to be this thing that David Coleman used to do on Grandstand, which was the ticker tape machine, and the results were coming through at about 4:42. Nowadays, you can be waiting until well after 10 to 5 for the earliest result. And sometimes it's like 3 minutes to 5 before you can go to the classifieds. And if you're in broadcasting, this is a factor. And we are a fast results service on a Saturday talk radio, and we want to be even faster. So I mentioned this to the execs, and they told me something. Well, they didn't want to tell me at first. There is a good reason for this, why this has happened over the last few years. Football matches ending later. It's a cracker, and that's why I'm calling all ladies. Free call 0500 10 53 88. Can you guess? Bet you can't guess. Haven't got a clue, have you? I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you in a roundabout way. See, half-time used to last 10 minutes. Half-time used to last just 10 minutes, because that was how long it took men to do whatever they had to do at half-time. But nowadays, at some grounds, up to 35% of the crowd are made up of women. And it takes women longer than 10 minutes. It takes the women in the crowd longer than 10 minutes if they have had a cup of coffee and a soft drink, or maybe a half of shandy. Some days women drink pints. Yeah, at half-time. And everybody now has to be back in their seat before the game can start. You see, when we all used to stand, it didn't matter. If people were still trying to relieve themselves when the kickoff started for the second half, that was their lookout. But nowadays, because everybody sat down, if you still had, out of a crowd of 25,000, 2,000 people still making their way back up to their seats when the game has started, there would be mayhem. And they delay the start sometimes if not everybody's in the ground at the start of the game. What they've done now is discreetly extend the half-time to anything up to 20 minutes. And it's been done entirely unofficially, and nothing's been written down, so that, you know, we can never trace it back to the Football Association. But referees now time half-time from when the players get into the dressing room and are settled down, and then they go and time 10 minutes and then say to them, any time you'd like to come out to the pitch now, lads, that will be fine. This now allows an average of 17 minutes to elapse at half-time. Now, my point is this is all because ladies take so long in the loo. That's all it is. There are now just as many loos for ladies at football matches as men. It's just that ladies still insist, even in the raw environment of a football match, to spend, they time them, 2 3/4 minutes from the time they go through the door to the time they emerge. Men, 35 seconds, tops. You don't see a queue, even at a huge local derby outside the men's at a football match, because men are in and out, quick as they possibly can be. Women, 2 3/4 minutes. Now, I want to ask this question. Why is that? Why do you have to do that? Is it ritual? Please don't come at me and say it's because you have to sit down and we can do it standing up. I was talking to a couple of pals about this after dinner last night, this morning, and they said that both their partners were able to pee standing up if they wanted to. And that would cut down the time dramatically. It can be done, but you don't do it. Why don't you do it? Why is that? I'm not being unsympathetic, I want to know. Because it doesn't just change the face of British football, it also, I suspect, damages our industrial performance. Because if men go to the loo 6 times during the course of a working day and spend up to 60 seconds there, that's 6 minutes lost, which the company has to make up. But if women go on 6 occasions, and they probably go more than that, because they have smaller bladders, okay, that's fair enough. They're probably using up something like half an hour of company time. Why? Because they want to. Because it shouldn't take them that long. And they do seem to spend such a long time on the washing of the hands afterwards, as well as the business of being in the cubicle. Free call 0500 10 53 89. And there's another important issue as well. There are those who believe that women will never be able to perform active service in the field of combat because they are women. And people have often wondered what they meant by that. Newt Gingrich says it's because women have a 28-day cycle and it will be inconvenient if they found themselves in a trench for 29 days. But when you think about it, you know, if you are in battle, the last thing you want to do is ever make yourself vulnerable. Well, men can relieve their bladders behind a tree or even kneeling down or whatever without necessarily making themselves vulnerable. But since women believe they have to undress, do they? Believe they have to undress in order to relieve themselves. They would have been no good at any of our modern battles from the Somme to Goose Green. But is it true? Is it such a fundamental difference between the gender that men can pretty much relieve their bladder, something you have to do 10 times a day on the hoof, whereas women, it's a 3-minute exercise involving almost complete undressing, squatting down, and then any amount of scrubbing? Free call 0500 10 53 89 is the telephone number. That's free call 0500 10 53 89. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio.
Tommy Boyd Show.
Get roll with the free roll the dance floor.
Talk Radio.
We call 0500 10 53 89.
Does it really have to be such a business when women go to the loo to do number ones? Janet calls from Pontypridd. Janet, good afternoon.
Right, the idea is queuing. You don't realise, Tommy, you haven't been in ladies' toilets. There's queuing. You've got to wait to get into the cubicles. Men don't usually. They might have both cubicles and they're sort of like the toilets. What do you call that long thing?
Are you a stall?
Yeah, is it a urinal?
No, we call it a stall.
Is that a posh way of saying stall then? Is that?
Well, whatever, we call it a stall.
Oh, right, right. I really wouldn't know, but...
The reason there are queues, let me take you up here. The reason there are queues is because you all take so long, unnecessarily.
Oh, no.
Point 1. And point 2.
Not at all. You don't understand. You've got to wait for the person to go in and out of the cubicle. And most times there may be a toilet is blocked or not in use, so there may be all those women...
Could you use a stall?
Could we?
You?
Me?
Yes.
I suppose I could, yes.
Well, why don't you campaign then for the provision of stalls in women's toilets?
Well, I think some women might find it acceptable to sort of, cook it
But it would
down.
speed things up, and it would mean we could get the results in by 20 to 5.
I think you'd have to be a gentleman, really, and think, well, I've got to be patient.
Have
and
you
wait.
tried weeing standing up? Why is that so funny? Have you tried it?
Yes.
And?
I have to answer these. I've just given you all the explanation.
And? What happened?
Sorry, I was laughing. I couldn't hear your question.
What happened when you tried to evacuate your bladder standing up?
Well, actually, I tell you what, well, this is personal, and I'm whispering like if I'm only telling you.
Yeah, no. No, come on. Come on.
I peed in the shower. You know when you pee standing up in the shower? Don't you? I find it. Oh, I can't say anymore. No, that's it. Yes, I peed in the shower.
Well, what happens?
Well, it goes down your leg.
So you can't direct it.
Well, to be honest with you, I think it would be like popular.
Yeah.
If you pee
Well,
constantly.
let me give you a tip then. And I think, what age might you be?
Pardon?
What age might you be?
All
right.
Well, I'm 44.
Well, that's fine. So you're
It's a difficult age.
Yes. But you're a mature person. I think it's tragic that you should have lived for so long, and yet I have to tell you how to pee standing up as a woman. What you do, I'm told, by women who do it.
You're not going to tell me how to pee standing up?
Yes.
Right.
Because you don't know,
try
do
this
you?
now, won't I? Go on then,
All
you
right,
tell
yes.
me how I
Okay.
would do it.
What apparently can be done is this. If you stand on one leg, all right, and then you just raise the other leg as high as you can until it's nearly at 90 degrees to your standing leg,
Oh,
all right, then you get some degree of directionality with the water, and it goes away from both legs and would go into a trough just like a chap.
God,
And it
you'd
would
have to have handrails.
Yes, you
have to
would.
have a handrail, broke me.
That wouldn't be a problem. And come on, you've done ballet.
I did. Well, no, I haven't done ballet, but I can dance. I love dancing. I got a bad back. I got sciatica.
Well, it will be good for you because that's just the kind of exercise they recommend if you slip a disc. In all seriousness, it would speed up the whole business. And you wouldn't have to queue. Whenever you go to a fete or an outdoor anything and they've got those portaloos, always the men are in, out, and there's always a big line for the women's. And there doesn't need to be. Louise calls from Worcester, and it's getting serious because it's slowing down the football results. Louise, you're on Talk Radio.
You don't go to the toilet properly, do you, Tommy?
What do you mean?
What do you do when you finish?
Leave.
Emptying your bladder.
Leave.
Yes, and don't you do anything with toilet paper first?
No.
Exactly.
What do you mean exactly?
My point exactly. We wipe our bottoms after we've urinated. Men shake. That doesn't take anywhere near as much time.
Yes, but I'm doing everything properly. You're saying I'm making a mistake.
No, I'm saying you're being unhygienic.
But there's there's no use for the toilet paper.
No, that's why one puts it down the toilet once it's been used.
But it would be a waste of
It
two
wouldn't- it
good
wouldn't-
sheets of
So
two-ply.
you're telling me that,
Yes.
that you can shake
Yes,
well enough
absolutely.
not to leave the odd drip in one's pants and on one's hands
Totally.
after one's done it?
You can come round any time and check.
Well,
I
you
promise
must be
you.
circumcised then.
Not at
right
all.
the way down.
You don't understand what goes on down there, and
Go on
that's
then,
fair enough.
explain it to me.
This is not about men. Men get it right.
No. Explain your anatomy. It's obviously very different to my husband's and my brother's and my boyfriend's and all that.
Well, we are all different, I grant you.
Yes.
But generally speaking, when men shake, all
Yeah.
right, they make sure that all the drips are gone before they dress themselves and leave. Otherwise, they would be uncomfortable.
Yes, and that little bit right at the bottom of the urethra stays there.
Well, supposing it did, it doesn't. But supposing it did, what would be the problem with that?
It's unhygienic. It makes your trousers smelly.
Now, let's talk
And
about that,
anyway,
shall
no,
we?
you're taking me off the point now. This
Yes.
is sorry, this is my son, my little tiny son here. He doesn't
Ye-
have the problem because he's in nappy.
Let me go
But,
back to the
no.
point.
All I'm saying, the point was that we take longer because we are more hygienic.
No.
We use toilet paper, we
No.
dispose of it, we have cleaner hands, and you stand there and you shake.
I'll
Can't be
tell you what
bothered
it
to
is.
Use the toilet paper.
I'll tell you, do you know what it is?
What?
You lot
Us
like
not being
to...
football fans or us not being women.
You lot like to lock yourselves into a little room to do something that you think is intimate. Men, okay, men are just that much less inhibited.
Oh, I
Than
think
you are.
men
Yes.
and the ladies
Yes.
use it too long. I'm not that bothered. I don't think many women are. I think it comes down to the shake, and I think you're lazy.
Free call 0500 10 53 89. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening. Picture yourself at the foot of
And jump in one at a time. Hold the barrel steady and jump in one at a time.
Tommy Boyd.
Women take that much longer to go to the loo if it's just number one that they want to do than men. It's a problem for them, and it's a problem now for men that half times at football matches are being extended in order to accommodate their trips to the loo. Surely if we provided stalls for women in their toilets and they were able to use them, it would speed the whole process up. It would make life easier for them, make life easier for everybody. Peter calls from Northumberland. Peter, you're on Talk Radio. Hello.
Hello, Tommy.
Peter.
I would like to open the eyes of your lady listeners
Yes.
to the toilet habits of men.
Yes.
They are not the manly, butch things that they think they are. Many a time I've been stood at a trough, maybe on my own, and I've been aware of someone come in and they've gone into a stall and had a wee.
Yes.
I mean, why are they so shy of standing in beside a trough beside another man?
Yes.
Are they frightened? I'll look over and have a look at their little willy.
It's an enormous cultural thing, isn't it, the male loo,
Well, it
Peter?
baffles me completely as to why, you know.
There's nothing worse than going into the loo at Talk Radio where there are only 3 stand-ups, and somebody's got there and they're in the middle one, which you should never use if it's just you. You should always go in one of the end ones.
But I've even followed someone into a toilet and there's been no one in before.
Yeah.
And they've been in a stall.
Yes.
You know, they would rather, in the toilet rather than use the urinal.
I know, it's baffling, isn't it?
It is.
It's frightening.
Are they real men?
Do you have a full bladder at the moment?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You don't at all?
No.
You couldn't even muster a few drips for a sample?
Not even for a nurse.
Well, anyway, I'm grateful for your call, Peter in Northumberland. Thank you. Alison is next, in Bristol. Alison, it's you.
You dirty little boys.
What?
You dirty little boys, because you don't wash your hands.
Why should we?
Yes. Oh.
What?
Yeah, oh.
Yeah, what? Why should we?
You touch an intimate part of your body with hands that have touched door handles, seat backs. You've touched peanuts in the bar, and then you go into the loo and you touch another handle, and then you hold your little bit, and that's a nice clean little area of your body.
This is rank, paranoid, alarmist rambling, woman. Take a tablet and lie down on the sofa. I've never heard such claptrap.
Oh, I bet you. Do you wash your hands? Do you wash your hands?
I wash my hands sometimes before.
You should do, yes.
I do a wee.
Yeah, and afterwards.
No, why afterwards?
Well, because you will then be touching handles and door handles and sinks and stuff.
And what?
And the bacteria.
What bacteria?
On the door handles and everything starts to react with the necessary bacteria you have on your body. We've all got bacteria on our body.
So what, you should wash your hands after you rub your eyes, then?
You should wash your hands before you rub your eyes. I mean, I know what you're going to say now. I fell into that one, yes.
Yeah, you really did, didn't you? That was easy, that one.
But I bet, so you don't wash your hands, do you?
No, we don't always, men, actually, no.
Well,
we don't. Why should we?
It's disgusting.
Well, it's not disgusting. There's nothing disgusting about any part of anybody's body. That's the first thing.
I'm not saying that.
Two, the idea that there's something unhygienic about urine is completely misguided and false.
It's sterile at the point of exit.
Yes, well, it's not out very long, is it? It's not going to turn into poison in the nanosecond that it takes. And in any case, look, we don't get any urine on our hands when we wee.
Oh, rubbish.
We don't, mate.
Well, why all over? No, because it's all over the blooming floor, isn't it?
We just don't. We don't. Do you have any idea? Do you know, men can, and I often do, have a wee without even touching anything except my clothing.
Well, you're just showing off now.
Yeah, but we can, you see. And the thing is, I think you could as well if you put your mind to it.
I thought about that, and I have actually tried it in the past, but it involves a lot of hovering, which is bad for my back. My sciatic nerve plays off a bit then.
You women, you're all claiming bad backs as the reason why the football results are put back to 5-5.
Well, you've still got to disrobe. If you're female, unless you live in China and have that flap apparatus, you still have to take off some of your clothes.
Well look, could you not sew apertures into whatever it is that you wear in the right places? That's why we have flies. Why do you have flies in your jeans?
Well, we can't because the zip.
Why do you have flies there in your jeans?
They'd have to go round further, wouldn't they? And it'd be very
Answer me a
uncomfortable
question.
to walk.
Why don't you get on to Mr. Levi and say, dear Frank, why do you put flies there for women?
Well, that's to ease the getting into the said trousers.
If I was a woman, I wouldn't stand for it, mate.
No, you'd have to hover.
How do you think we would feel if our leggings had button flies right, where yours do?
Well, you'd have to go to the loo a bit sooner than you normally leave it, wouldn't you?
No, we wouldn't stand for it. We go, we don't need the whole there, wouldn't we? Now, do you have a full bladder?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, well, would you pretend you've got a full bladder for the sake of a
No,
piece
I'm
of theatre?
Even if I had a full bladder, I couldn't do it on air. It would be. I can't even do
I'm
it.
not
asking. Oh, right.
Look. Things haven't lightened up so much that I can ask you to urinate live on air, obviously. I wasn't going to suggest that for a moment.
We'll leave that to the weekends then. Our usual arrangement, Tommy?
See you then.
See you then, okay.
I don't know what that's all about. Free call 0500 1053 89. Let's go to Sue, who calls from Maidstone. Sue, you're on Talk Radio.
Tommy, you don't have to fumble in your bag for a tampon. Now that takes time, doesn't it?
Wait a second.
Right.
This has got nothing to do with the argument this afternoon. Nothing whatsoever.
How's it not going to be? That is what takes the time.
Not every
woman fumbles in her bag for a tampon, but maybe 40% of the women going in there are fumbling for a tampon. That takes time and extra hand washing.
If women's lavatories were configured in the same way as men's, if you go into a men's loo in a football match, okay, you get this maze of stalls, and men hop up, wee, and then they turn away even before they've zipped up, for the sake of getting the whole thing over quickly because we want to see the second half. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, but that's really nothing to do with what I just said,
No, wait a second. The odd man goes into the cubicle for a wee, or sometimes, some men do actually have to do other things.
Yeah.
And that's what the cubicles are there for.
Right.
Now, if women would only put in a bit of work and learn how to do it on the hoof, like men do, then we could put stalls in your public lavatories, okay? And there would still be a number of cubicles for people who, as you quite rightly point out, have to do things such as use a tampon.
Oh, so you have separate stalls for people that needed a tampon, yeah?
No, not cubicles.
Cubicles.
A stall is a wall with a trough at the bottom.
The urinal,
That's
yeah?
all anybody needs.
Right,
Yes.
okay. But just have the cubicles for people who need a tampon, yeah?
Yes.
And that would speed up the process.
Wouldn't it?
You think so?
Well, I know so, don't you?
Well, no, I don't agree with you, no. Because not many women would particularly want to sort of go in a trough anyway.
But you've got to do the work. You've got to help us out here. You're slowing down the results. You're also rendering yourselves ineffectual on the field of combat.
Explain that, please.
Well, do I have to? I mean, look, you're in a shooting match with Argentina, all right?
Right, okay.
Goose green that way, whatever. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you need to empty your bladder.
Right.
Well, you're going to be a sitting duck, aren't you, for 3 minutes?
It's a bit different from being on a war zone in Argentina than being at a football match, isn't it? Well, if the urgency's there, I mean, if your life's in danger, yeah, you would squat, whether you have to change your tampon or not. I mean, if you're in a football match, if you're holding up the match, it's just a bit too bad, really.
There are
isn't it?
numerous theatres of human behaviour where this curious difference between the sexes causes you problems. We want you to go to war and lay down your life for your country if that's what you want to do, as much as you do. As long as you've got to make such a performance out of powdering your nose.
I can't believe you're saying that, powdering our nose.
Well,
I don't know anyone who actually goes into a lavatory and powders their nose.
Well, what do you say then? If you're, all right, you sat round somebody else's dining table and you want to go and do a wee, what do you say? Can I go and do a wee? What do you say?
I'm just going to go have a pee, yeah.
Do you say that?
Yeah, I'm going to go have a pee.
In Maidstone? Do they say that? Is that what they say in Maidstone?
In Maidstone, of course you say that in Maidstone. I'm just going to go and have a pee.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I'm serious.
Would you say that if you went to Buckingham Palace?
Well, probably. If I'm going to have a pee, I'm going to have a pee.
Where can I go and have a pee?
Yeah.
Actually, as a matter of interest, that's why I don't say p for the money. I always say pence.
Pence, yes, because
I
there's
say
a difference,
pence, don't you? They write out things that you have to read at Talk Radio, and it says, and the calls will only cost you 25p.
Yes, it's pence, isn't it?
Pence, isn't it? I know,
Exactly.
That's what I ask.
Yes, but I'm going to go and have a pee in a minute, okay?
You're trying to tell Anthony that. Okay, thank you. Oh, have you got a full bladder?
I certainly have. Well, almost full, yeah.
Okay, stay where you are. We can have a race. Stay there.
You want me to be as quick as I can?
I want you to do a genuine wee as you would normally do it and come back, and I'm going to get you a bloke to race against.
I seriously want to do a pee. Do you want me to hold on?
Just hold on. It'll only take you 2 seconds.
Fine.
Stay there. Let me just have a quick word with Mick, who's calling from Burnley.
Okay.
You stay with us.
Yep.
Oh, Mickey's a girl, is it? Well, put a girl on it then. Honestly, what do you think I am, psychic woman? These people you get. Now I'm having an argument with her. Men do call themselves Mickey if they keep their characters. What are women know about anything? Paul, in Croydon, you there, mate?
Hello, mate.
Are you at home?
No, I'm not. I'm sat in my car, unfortunately.
Well, you can't really do it then, can you?
Sorry.
Never mind. Well, stay there. I'll come back to you. All right?
Okay.
Yep. Well, let's get Andy then, who I gather has got an empty bladder. Are you there, Andy?
Afternoon, Tommy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just had a bath, otherwise I would have accommodated you, mate. But I wanted to stick up for the men like myself who can't go wee-wees when people are watching them.
No, fine. I'm really looking for somebody to have a race. You still there, Sue?
Yes, I'm still here, Tommy.
I'm looking for somebody. Why don't I do it?
What?
Yeah, you go and do it.
What, me, now?
Yeah, I'll race you, Sue.
Okay.
All right,
you want to wash your hands as well?
Andy, you'll have to...
I'll time you, all right?
You'll have to host the show.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'll time you as well.
Tommy, you're going to wash your hands as well, aren't you?
Hang on, just a sec. Let's get this second watch a minute.
Okay, all right. We've got a format here. I like this. This is great.
My Lou's downstairs, so it's quite quick.
Well, my Lou's at the end of a corridor and through reception, woman.
Well, I'll give you... How long is it going to take you to get to the loo?
That's what I've got to find out.
Well, I'll give you 15 seconds.
No, we'll do it from start, all right? We'll assume that it's going to take Sue as long to get upstairs.
No, it's downstairs, the loo.
Well, it's... How strange.
How strange.
What happens if you want to go in the middle of the night?
You have to come downstairs.
That's very inconvenient, isn't it?
It certainly is.
We'll time you for as soon as you leave. As soon as you say now, then I'll time you.
All right. Okay, Andy, do you want to just talk for... it'll take me about 75 seconds, I reckon.
Okay.
Are you going to entertain the nation?
Yeah,
then,
why not?
Or do you want somebody to interview?
No. Well, I just whatever. Like I mean,
Well,
you're going for the P, and
All right, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Sue and I will have the race, and you can talk to Tricia, who's going to be the next caller besides you anyway, okay?
All right.
All right, so you concentrate on starting us off.
Right. 3, 2, 1, now.
Go.
Right. Hello, Trish. Trish.
Hello?
Hello, Trish.
Hello?
Hello, Trish. You're on Tommy Boyds' radio show, but he's gone for a wee.
No, I'm not Trish. I'm Sylvia.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're Sylvia, are you?
I've come through to make another complete point, which is totally missed.
Oh, right. Well, at the moment, you see, they've gone for a wee race.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Andy. I'm just standing in for Tommy, like.
Oh, right.
So, well, they just rushed off for a wee with a lady. It's basically not a race. It's just to see who's the quickest, who takes the longest.
Right, well, I've got to turn on the argument completely. It's a ridiculous thing he's doing now anyway. It's just missed the point completely.
Why?
Well, he's looking at it from a different angle.
Of course he is. I mean, he's looking for his angle, isn't he?
No, what it is, okay, he's looking at the women and hygiene and all the rest of it. What I'm saying is it's big business football, and the big suits who are behind the football clubs, they're encouraging families to come to the turnstiles now to encourage more money to come in, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they are.
Right. Then they are the ones who should be supplying the toilets. More toilets. If they're trying to encourage more women coming through, they should be making more toilets.
Yeah, but...
I'm back.
Oh, hello. Right. Thank you.
Hello, I'm back.
I beat you.
Right, 2 minutes... 2 minutes, 15 seconds.
2 minutes, 15 seconds.
Well, you beat me.
I beat you,
by about 3 seconds.
Tommy, did you wash your hands?
No, did you?
Yes, I did, with soap. Yes, and I put the toilet seat down.
Well, you didn't need to do either of those things. Hang on a second, Sylvia, if you would.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was live.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know, great, isn't it? So I think we've sort of proved the point there, haven't we?
Well, you didn't wash your hands,
Yeah,
that's why.
I know, but you don't...
Sorry, I had a pee. I went to the toilet, I washed my hands.
I know, but this is the thing, isn't it?
3 seconds longer than you.
You make such a Forsyte saga of the whole thing. Don't you? You make such an issue of it, and that's costing the country a fortune. All these working women who spend 3.5 minutes...
In the toilet?
Yeah, whereas men, it's 35 seconds. I had to go through two...
From the wrong angle, Tommy, I'm sorry. You're attacking women when it's not their fault. It's the big suits in the football clubs who are encouraging the families to bring in more money to the turnstiles, and therefore they're the ones who should be supplying the toilets. Have a go at them, not the women.
I'm not having a go at women. I'm trying to make life easier for you. If they put stalls in the women's toilets, you could get in and out a lot quicker, and you wouldn't have those embarrassing queues. I wouldn't want to be in a queue for one of those little portaloos at a fete or a country show or whatever you're doing. It's embarrassing to have people walking past you knowing that you're bursting.
Yeah, but we're women. I mean, you're men. We're different. We've got.
No, you're not.
Not really, actually. No.
I can't go wee-wees when people are watching me.
Thank you.
And I'm a man. I'm not funny.
Well,
do you agree what I'm saying about the big suits behind the football club? If they're trying to encourage women and families to come in, shouldn't they therefore be supplying more toilets?
Yeah, to agree, but obviously they're stuck for room to a degree as well, I suppose.
Well, if that's the case.
Well, I'm glad that anyway that people are responding with such vigour to this issue. And Sue, thank you for the race.
That's fine, no problem, Tommy.
I beat you, I murdered you. I murdered you.
Thanks.
I had to go through two security checks, but I did, and, 2 airtight doors, like on Star Trek.
Oh, you must be very proud of yourself.
I am.
As long as you shook it at the end, mate.
What?
As long as you shook it well at the end.
Oh, God.
I was in and out.
I don't want to know about what you get up to in a toilet. I'm just trying to get back to this point about the suits behind the football club.
It's not.
It is.
It isn't the suits in the football. We want women to come to football
They're just
matches.
interested in money, and as soon as they can get more women and kids and families through, the better, because it goes into their pockets.
Yes.
And you're not attacking, sorry, but you're arguing the wrong argument here.
I'm on the side of women.
Well, then you should be phoning up the club saying, damn it, we want more toilets in there for our women.
There are enough toilets.
I got an idea, Tommy.
Yes.
What?
They ought to invent supporters nappies for grown-ups. That would sort it, wouldn't it?
Look, they're just women. They're not incontinent. They're just women.
Yeah, but it would just save the problem, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and you need a brain transplant if that's what you think.
Oh, well, it's just an idea. I thought it'd be a good idea. It'd bring in
very
revenue
funny.
to the football club.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to both of you for your extensive views on the subject and your expressions of wisdom. Free call 0500 10 53 89. Tomorrow we unveil the second of our excursions into the world of radio cinema. If you heard Zulu, don't miss tomorrow's radio version of the Titanic. And we are actually looking for actors to take part in the film this afternoon. If you're not particularly good at acting, perhaps you're not confident at vocalising, but you know how to die, you know how to throw yourself off the rail at the back of the Titanic, screaming and hit the water and die, then stand by. We'll need you in 10 minutes' time. Free call 0500 10 53 89. Right now we'll be wrapping the conversation about why it takes women so long to go to the loo. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
It affects everyone in some way. Love it or hate it. You can't call it.
Tommy Boyd.
Another look at the twisting maggots in the deepest recesses of the human soul.
Oh, man!
On the Tommy Boyd Show.
Nearly marvelling at the performance that women put into nipping out for a pee. Apparently, it's slowing down half times at football matches, which is why you don't get the results through these days until sometimes 2 or 3 minutes to 5. It must be inconvenient. And the point is this, ladies, I'm on your side because you don't have the choice. Men have the choice, cubicle or stall. You can do it standing up if you want to, if you dress properly and if you just put a little bit of practice into it. Wouldn't you like the option? Free call 0500 10 53 89. Bev calls.
If you expect us to cock our legs up at a 90-degree angle to go to the toilet, then how are we meant to do that with jeans on? Because wouldn't we surely have to take off our jeans and our trainers or shoes or whatever we're wearing? And wouldn't it take us twice as long as to just sit on the toilet as normal?
Well, first of all, you'd have to adapt your jeans. I take that point. Secondly, I don't like women wearing jeans to football matches.
Well,
it's
fine,
not
trousers.
Right.
Trousers. All right,
Not even
what about
trousers. I like a nice skirt. I like a nice skirt.
Well, it's not about what you like. It's about what keeps us warm and keeps us comfortable, isn't it?
Partially. Yeah.
No, it is completely. I mean, it's what women feel comfortable in. And this is the 20th century even. And we're entitled to wear jeans and trousers if we please.
This is flannel. You're just trying to draw me away from the point,
No,
which
I'm
is
not.
that you could do it standing up if you wanted
is,
to.
No, you couldn't, because it would take twice as
Yes, you
long.
could.
No, you couldn't, because you have to take off your shoes. You can't cock your leg up in the 90-degree angle in the toilet anyway, because it isn't wide enough, and you know that, and you know you're rambling on about
What isn't wide enough?
What? The toilet cubicle.
Look, you daft
what?
as a brush. I'm not suggesting that you go into the cubicle.
I'm not expecting a woman to stand there in a 90-degree angle.
I'm not suggesting you go in. That would defeat the whole point if you went into a cubicle.
On the radio.
No, it isn't what I said. You're
Yes,
not paying
it is.
attention.
That is exactly what you said.
What
and you cannot do
have
it.
you ever been in a men's toilet?
Yes, I have.
And so you have seen that there are stalls.
Yes,
a
I
wall which is sluiced with a trough at the bottom of it.
Yes.
I'm suggesting that they should be provided in women's loos as well. They take up very little room.
It's not practical. We don't have a thing sticking out in between our legs.
Now, you do see, then, what I was suggesting. I wasn't suggesting that you try and aim...
suggesting that we cocked our leg up at a 90-degree angle, and it just simply isn't possible. When it's freezing cold weather, we've gone to watch a football match.
I didn't say a 90-degree angle. I just said as close to a 90-degree angle as you can
All right,
manage.
as close, it doesn't matter.
Some women can't do more than about 45 degrees. I can do about 60. What can you do?
I could do the whole 90.
Could you?
Yes, I could.
And have you tried doing that and urinating standing up?
That's vulgar.
Well, excuse me.
The point of a football match...
Excuse
if you take
me.
your kids... No, excuse me. If you take the kids and you've got the man and the woman to a football match, who takes the kids to the toilet? The women. So it takes the women twice as long because we've got to take the kids to the toilet.
If you're coming on being all aerated when you haven't even given this a try, frankly, you're an enemy of your own species. What are you?
I'm completely right, and you just can't argue back with me. And you're
Well, I've got Helen from Berwickshire, who I am led to believe has actually indulged this experiment and has positive results. Helen.
Yes, I've done it, Tommy.
And?
I'm being liberated.
It works.
It works.
Hello.
I haven't got jeans on, but I've got jogging buttons on.
Hello. So you can now pee standing up.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Hi, you're
I wouldn't do it in public, mind. I don't
No, it
think I would do
doesn't matter. The
public.
point is you're a bigger person than you were at 3 o'clock.
Exactly.
Now, you can put that in your jeans and smoke it, Bev.
Yeah. It's done it.
Thank you. Free call 0500 10 53 89. If just one woman is a better person this afternoon for this broadcast, then I've earned my corn. Oh, Bev, before you go...
Yes? Yes? Hello?
Yeah, I was just wondering, in the next part of the programme, we're recording people who are dying by leaping off the Titanic for tomorrow's programme.
Yes?
I just wondered if you could die for me.
No, I can't die, but I'd gladly let you die.
Did you see the Titanic?
Yes, I've seen the Titanic.
Okay, what we're looking for is, we just need some background effects of people going off the back end of the Titanic into the Atlantic.
Yeah?
All you have to do is go, ah!
Yeah, I reckon I could do that.
Okay, if we could roll to record. Hang on a second, we're just rolling to record. On my action, all right, Bev?
Yeah.
And action. That's pretty good. Could you just give me one more? Could you give me one more with an Irish accent? Because a lot of them were Irish.
Irish accent?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Also, the Titanic is a bit higher out of the water than that. I don't know if you think back. It's more like an... Ah!
Yeah, I can do that. All right.
Okay, I'll arrange for a different splash for you. You're a fat Irish person now in this one. Okay, ready? Action.
Oh!
Just do one more. We need you to taper. I'm trying to be very James Cameron about this, but I just need you to taper. Do you know what I mean? Hello?
Hello?
Are you being a troublesome actress?
Am I being a troublesome exit?
Can you just taper it away, okay? But it's a long for...
All right. Yeah, all right.
Okay. And action. Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster. I think you sort of went up and caught an updraft there, didn't you? Nearly made it back on board. Go on, off you go and stir some trouble somewhere else.
Okay, then.
Bye now.
Bye.
Free call 0500 10 53 89. Looking for people who wish to die in the North Atlantic this afternoon. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio. There's a good argument for listening.
Talk to Tommy Boyd.
Please keep listening.
Tommy has just bought a new conservatory. And it was whilst having breakfast in the conservatory this morning that it occurred to me that you might like to chew over the information that we had from the Football Association last night, which is the reason why half-time takes so long. And it's no doubt a subject that we will return to at a later date. But between now and 4 o'clock, we're laying down what's called a loop bed for our radio version of the Titanic, which we hope to bring you tomorrow. If you're interested in playing the part of the old Rose or the young Rose or Jack or the captain or the two lookouts, which are the main parts we're looking for, to sort of ad-lib extemporize the Titanic, then be by your phone at 3 o'clock, if not before, and before's a good idea because you don't want to miss Anna, tomorrow. Right, let's get Patrick up, who's put himself forward from Hull as a good dyer. Patrick, good afternoon.
To be sure, multilingual dyer.
What are you going to give me first?
An Irish.
Okay.
To be sure, they've taken all the lifeboats, Tommy.
That's fantastic, man. Can you give me a Latvian?
I've gone to American.
Near enough.
God damn it, not that much ice in my drink, Tom.
Very good. Very, very good indeed. You want to stay with us because I'm going to get a mass dying in just a second, all right, when she goes down. Have you seen the film?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get the bit where she goes down and everybody goes under in a moment. So stay there. Let's bring Laura into the programme from Wolsey. Laura, good afternoon. Laura, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Hi, good. What age are you?
I'm 15, nearly 16.
Perfect. Okay, you might like to try and get through tomorrow and be Rose.
All right, okay.
Have you seen the movie?
Yes, I have, lots of times.
Okay, but first of all, we need you to die off the back end of the Titanic.
Oh, okay, then.
In your own time, action.
Just die?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Excellent. One more, perhaps a bit more upper class, if you can manage.
About an Australian.
An Australian?
Why don't the pair of you die together?
Okay, then.
All right, who's heaviest? How much do you weigh, Patrick?
16.
How heavy are you, Laura?
10 stone or something like that.
All right, well, I'm not very good at physics, but I think probably Patrick will go in first. But you're going to go over the rail together, ready, and action. The second one was you, Patrick. Very good, guys. Okay, let's stay where you are. Stay with us, you two. Johnny's in Manchester. Johnny?
How you doing?
Are you ready to die?
Yeah.
In your own time, action. Oh, you got that sort of over the far side of the boat. That's good. That's good. Let's get as many people in as possible, shall we? Sylvia in North London, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Tommy.
Hi.
Hiya.
Are you equity?
Yep. Absolutely.
Really?
No, of course not.
Oh, fine. No, so am I. Not. Okay, in your own time, action.
Right.
A little bit more Stephen King, that one, I thought, than the Titanic, really.
Shall I go tone lower?
Yeah, it sounded more as though you'd seen blood coming out of the walls and you were going to hurl yourself into the Atlantic. Listen, what I need to do, I need 2 of all 4 of you together, okay? And just keep it going, all right? And action. Okay, and finally, I just need 10 seconds of you running around on deck wondering where the lifebelts are. Okay, so it's where's the lifebelts? Where are the lifeboats? I can't find my husband. Damn, it's cold out here. I can't run at this funny angle, all that sort of thing, okay? You make the script up yourselves, and action.
Oh my God! Where's the lifeboat? I don't know where my husband is. Oh, please help me! I'm really cold. Please help.
Oh no, I'm going in. It's too cold, I can't swim. Oh no, where's my wife?
Help me.
Oh no,
Where's the turkey go?
And cut. Cut! Okay, and finally, you're all in the water and you're dying of the cold, all right? This is just a loop tape for the final scene, okay? And it's, help. Okay, and action.
Oh no, it's too cold. It's too cold. I'm freezing. The blood's freezing. I don't know what to do now.
And cut. That's very, very good, team. Thank you very much indeed. That's excellent. That's all we need. Okay, don't miss yourselves on the radio waves and the celluloid tomorrow afternoon. Thank you. Free call 0500 1053 89 as we move on to another major issue of the day in the next part of the programme. I'm Tommy Boyd. This is Talk Radio.
Don't forget to subscribe and like. Comment too if you wish. Even slap your legs and make a purchase from Ann Summers. But don't do nothing.